Goes live. Hi, everybody. It's LIZA'S and my co-host, Jack. What up, Jack?
Hey.
We are sorry that I don't have my iconic backdrop because the lamp that I used to cook the sheep to broke. So you just get to see my den. But if you were paying attention to Twitter, you guys have seen every inch of my apartment this week because I had all those crazy people in. If you guys want to tweet Jack, what's your handle?
It's at Jack Morris M.
So that's like Zach Morris for any of you Saved by the Bell fans, except it's Jack.
Jack Morris.
He's going to be sort of monitoring all the questions because I can't do two things at once. We're talking about, we will get into later about the finale and the wrap party and meeting all of my amazing new family. So if you want to ask me any questions about that stuff, please go for it. However, we are going to start with sort of our predictions versus the outcome. You and I did a predictions episode at the beginning of this whole thing, and you and I both rewatched it today separately, and we took our little notes.
Yep.
So it's really interesting to sort of see what we thought versus how things actually worked out. So quickly, because I don't want to drag on too much, I do want to go person by person, and do you just want to do it order evicted?
Sure, that works.
So first person is a Nick. Okay. Where is she? I said, I don't know. Nick was very like, I'm a spirit having a human experience. I'm going to leave it up to destiny. Yeah. And I was like, I get you, girl, but I think you're too wacky.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't expect her to go first, though, honestly.
Yeah, I didn't expect that at all. I knew she'd be crazy and kind of out there. And I did like her. I thought she'd be fun to watch. But definitely not first. So that kind of surprised me. And when I watched, I was like, okay, well, some entertainment was lost because I wanted to see what she was going to bring.
I just can't imagine, like, week one having her and Ika on the block and the house collectively thought it was smart to get rid of her. Then again, Emmett was on the block week one and the entire house got rid of Kat. So, error. She is so lovely in person. Like,
yeah.
Well, plus, like, how could you just not love a good-spirited person? Like, I don't like mean girls, and I don't like bitches, and, you know, while she has, you know, she can stand up for herself, so many people at finale were just like, that girl should not have gone.
Yeah, she seems really sweet. So that's
after Nick,
I did not expect that.
Yeah, well, I mean, she was quirky, and you knew she wasn't going to blend in this house well. You knew she was going to go early. I was not expecting her first, though. And I don't think production was expecting her first, or casting, whatever you want to call it. Like, you cast a girl like a Nick, you are expecting to get a season of antics out of her.
Yeah.
So to lose
a lot of segments on it.
Yeah, exactly. She was going to make really good TV. So I hope she gets a show of her own. # Love Revolution.
Dude, she needs a reality show.
Legit. She needs to be on more TV. Yeah. Who got evicted next? You're going to have to keep track of this. Second evicted was Kyle.
A Nick, Kyle, yes.
Okay, well, if anyone remembers how I felt about Kyle in the beginning, I literally went on a 15 minutes, I think you're a douchebag, Kyle rant. Douchebag. I called him a million times. I literally went off on him until I dropped the mic, and then I said he's 100% going to go pre-jury. Well, he was a bit of a douchebag on the show, and he went pre-jury. Like, he walked in the house first night and, like, took his shirt off. Like,
yeah.
What did you think? Did he surprise you, or was he absolutely everything you thought?
He totally surprised me. Like, at first when it started, I was like, okay, like, this is kind of what I expected. But after, I think he turned out to be a super nice guy, and I think he, you know, I just feel, I don't know what was going on in his bio, but his bio and stuff was totally different than him in the house before and out of the house, especially. Like, I've kind of talked to him on Twitter and whatever, and I don't know, I wasn't what I was expecting at all.
I don't know. I like Kyle. Like, I don't want Kyle to watch this. I don't want anyone to watch this and think I don't like them. That's not what this is about. I'm just trying to share with the fans sort of my experience. Mm-hmm. And I think Kyle was exactly like he was on the show. I think he's young, and I think he's East Coast, and I think he's, you know, a boy's boy, and I think he's aggressive, and while I loved that he respected Adele and their friendship and his religion, and they prayed together, and that was a very sweet moment, I also love that Kyle came out of the house and was like, wow, it's hard in there. So maybe all the crap he said about me in the beginning, I'm like, well, you get it now. It's really hard. But Kyle's not a douchebag, relax everybody. I wouldn't be like, F you, Kyle, you're such a douchebag. But like that testosterone-infused alpha male sort of thing is exactly who Kyle is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for shiz.
Yeah.
For shizzle. So our predictions were right. I'm like, total D-bag, gonna go pre-jury. I wanted him to go first, and he went second. Talking about Kyle. He's watching the hockey game right now. Talking about Kyle.
Oh, jeez.
Douchebag, question mark, stop watching the hockey game.
Kyle, why aren't you watching Liza's Dish?
Tweet. Who went next?
Paul.
Okay, so hold on. I'm done. Kyle. Paul. Pre-analysis. I literally said he's my favorite human. We're for sure going to be good friends after this, and he would have been my alliance in the house. I agree. He is my favorite human. We are going to be friends outside the house, and he still absolutely would have been my alliance, even knowing what I know now. I don't think Paul's a bad guy. I think he had no choice but to sort of get that villain edit. I don't know, like the whole house, that's what I would have done. The whole house turns against you, and you're just like causing shit. Yeah. Like, what are you supposed to do?
Why not? Yeah. Yeah, I think me and you both agreed. You know, he was a nice guy, a nice family guy, and I for sure thought he would have stayed a little bit longer, but he was kind of stuck in that role, and exactly like you said, like once it gets to that point, it's like, why not? Why not stir up the house? So yeah, I don't know. He just seems like a really nice guy, and he's just kind of an open book for sure.
Yeah, and I met his wife and kids this experience. I already was in touch with them over the season because they knew he was one of my favorites, so they felt comfortable with me. And like, I have two things to share. One, you got to be careful. You know what I mean? Like, Twitter comes at me pretty hard, but I can take it. Like, I'm a single girl. I'm 30, so that's youngish. I don't know, so I'm sort of in the middle there. I don't know. I think it's sort of sad that a man like Paul got that crazy villain edit because Canada and people forget that he has a beautiful wife and 3 beautiful children at home. And I just wish people would take a beat and think about how this is affecting people's real lives.
Yeah.
You know, like, Big Brother didn't affect my real life. I don't have a partner. You're not going to affect my family or friends. I'm a business owner, so you're not going to affect my job. And, you know, I just feel like anybody, pardon me, I have to sneeze.
Bless you.
I'm not saying anybody did this, thank you, but if ever you're going to approach the wife or children or husband or like partner or children of somebody on Big Brother and say anything negative, like you're an asshole piece of sleazy shit. Like, anybody. I mean, Ika has children. Sarah has children. So when you guys watch these shows like Big Brother and you maybe like or dislike a certain person and, I don't know, you want to be mean to them on Twitter or in real life, like, if they have a spouse or a child, just, like, realize that you're affecting people's real lives. So I still adore Paul. I'm obsessed with his wife. Please have me over for dinner. And I saw, you know, 2 of his 3 beautiful, 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 gorgeous, gorgeous children at finale, and they're just a little perfect little, like, perfectness.
Yeah.
The little one is just so cute, and the older one has, like, such teenager attitude. I think she's 11, but she has the attitude of, like, a 16-year-old, but I'm not your mother, so I think it's really funny and cute. Like, I just want to be like, hey, girl, hey. Like, I loved her. I was like, we would have been friends if I was 11 right now. What? Yeah. So, yeah, obsessed. He screwed up in the game, obviously. This wasn't the house for him. Paul should have been in my house. This wasn't the house for him. This was just at first 5, you know. But my predictions game-wise were not good. I think I was pretty sure he was not going to go pre-jury.
Yeah, I thought he would have gone further than he did. So
I also thought he was going to go further, but he had a little freak out, and then he got aligned with the outsiders and whatever.
Yeah. That
Then
didn't work out for him.
who was next after Paul?
Okay, so after Paul is Ika.
Okay. Going back to our predictions, I said Aika was Topaz 2.0. She looks very confrontational. And I said, I quote, "We will not be friends in real life." This is pretty true. She does remind me a lot of Topaz. There's some qualities of her that remind me of Topaz. She literally got topazed in the game. Like, they did exactly to Aika what they did to Topaz.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, had her speak out loud. What do you think of your predictions of Aika versus how she actually was in the game?
I mean, I definitely knew she'd be, super dramatic and the shredding. Okay, first of all, I loved that segment. That was great. One of the highlights for me this season. But yeah, I don't know. I think I was kind of right about her. I knew she'd get out kind of early, but I was kind of surprised at how well she got along with the other girls too, for so long.
I think she got along with certain kinds of girls. I think that unlike my house, the house split into the mean girls and sort of the underdogs. And the mean girls were Rochelle, Sabrina, and Aika. I think they band up in some sort of like, I was going to reference something people wouldn't understand, but yeah, they were the mean girls, and they literally picked on people like Heather. And the only thing that annoys me about Aika, and I was saying it all weekend, so Aika and I met in real life and we're fine. Like, get over it, everybody. I know you want drama, but Aika and I met at a sideshow, whatever thing, and we're fine. Like, she's a grown-ass woman. We don't know each other, so we don't not like each other, and then of course we can party together.
Yeah.
We're talking about her in the game, and it concerns me. She is a mother. She has, I believe, 2 children. And when she was screaming at Heather, take that pimple face, whatever, blah, 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 like, there's no way to not classify that as bullying.
Yeah.
Like, was putting down another female, another person, and she was bullying her.
Yeah, it was horrible.
I just don't understand. What?
Yeah, I was just going to say, it got to the point where Heather, like, didn't want to come out of the have-not room. Like, and Ika's just, like, pacing around. What?
Yeah, they were really mean to Heather.
Yeah, Ika was just pacing around out there. It's like, this isn't, like, Bad Girls Club. Like, let's...
Now, Rochelle, who is 20, her being a little bit of a catty, mean girl, not that it's okay, but it makes sense. A mother being a bully doesn't make sense to me. Like, no. I just feel like she's setting a really terrible example for her children.
Yeah, would you want your kids to be bullied? Like,
that's what I mean. Not that her kids are going to be bullied. Her kids are going to turn into bullies because they literally sat and watched mommy be a bully on national television and justify it. Ika hasn't apologized. She has never once said, like,
no,
I lost my mind in there. I shouldn't have done. I just think, like, the game changes when you have children.
Yeah, and I think she needs to own up to it and apologize. And I don't know what happened this weekend, but, I mean, I would hope that she would have talked to Heather, but I don't know. I guess we'll get to that later on.
Yeah, we can get to that later. And yeah, so, I mean, I'm fine with her in real life. I mean, I was bang on. Topaz 2.0, controversial, and I said we will not be friends anymore.
Yeah.
And it's not that, like, I don't like her. Like, we are just one big-ass Big Brother family. Like, we could hate each other all we want, but, like, we would have each other's backs and all that good stuff. So, but I won't, I mean, she's a mom. She's a mom. Like, her and I have nothing in common. Like, she doesn't trust me. I will tell you that Ika single-handedly is the one who got all my interviews taken away from me. So that was clarified. I already knew it was Ika, but that's why, just so you guys all know, that's why I wasn't able to interview Sarah and Kenny and Andrew and all the people out of jury because I asked Ika to follow me on Twitter, and then someone tweeted, hey, will you be interviewing Ika? So I replied, I don't know. I'm always here for you, girl. And I guess I was harassing her or soliciting her like some skeezy jerk-off in my basement. But Ika obviously said something to our PR representatives and single-handedly got my interviews taken away from me.
Did she directly tell you, kind of, that this is what happened?
Tell me shit. I don't think Ika even looked at me this whole time. Not again, we have no beef. I don't know what's up. I guess it's just an incompatibility, right? Like
it's just nothing in common.
So many people that a lot of people just ended up spending time with who they were more naturally drawn to. Plus, I mean, the BB2 cast wants to get to know each other. They all have to bond and clear the air, and and it was their responsibility to spend time with each other as much as possible, not really us, even though we were all there for them. So Ika spending time with me clearly is not her priority when I wasn't on her season and I live in her city, so she can come have dinner anytime.
Yeah.
But it was confirmed by a number of other people that I already knew this. I already knew it was like not saying she intentionally meant to do it, but somebody going to PR and complaining about me, and I'm already in hot water, is probably going to get my shit taken away from me. So I'm really sorry, guys, that I couldn't interview the rest of the people. I had Sarah and Andrew lined up, like daytime, ready to go.
Yeah.
Sorry, but yeah, predictions of Ika were 100% true. Predictions of Ika, like I was in a pool with Pete, Mertz, and AJ, and there were
You won that, didn't you?
I won the shit out of that pool.
Yeah. With John, right?
There was 4 of us. We only picked 3 people each, and we left 3 out because we didn't know who the 15th was, right? So it would only be fair numbers. So long story short, we ended up leaving out Heather and Ika. Like that's how much the pool didn't have faith in those, even though Heather was clearly a huge error.
Yeah.
Okay.
Andrew is next.
Dumb bitch! I really wish Andrew was watching this for that, but he's watching the hockey game. Let's tweet him. How's my dumb bitch, Andrew? Liza's Ditch Live.
Is that an inside joke?
Oh, didn't you watch Liza's Ditch? And I called him dumb bitch? Because remember dumb bitch. I'm kidding, sort of. Andrew, my predictions were he looked intense. He always had his arms crossed. Yeah. He was a gentle giant. I predicted him and Kenny would have an alliance. They did. And me, the word I wrote him was fail. He's exactly like I thought he was going to be. And that's not to say good or bad, right? Like, he's obviously sweeter in person. I'm not talking about person. I'm supposed to be talking about the game. How they were in the game, I just don't want people to misunderstand and think I don't like them as people. Like, I like Andrew as a person. We're fine.
We're talking game.
But my predictions of how he would be in the game were, like, identical. I'm sorry, he went 5th, right?
Yeah.
Like, he went the same, like, he went week 4. Or whatever it is. He went the same week as Tom. Like, he literally was Tom. Like, I just don't think you should feel like, F you! I got the bitch, I hate you! Like, that personality does not make it far in the Big Brother game.
No.
So, he was intense. He is a gentle giant. I don't think he was a gentle giant in the game at all. He is in real life. Yes, big, bold alpha men like that tend to put on a front because deep down they're quite lovely men and they obviously have a soft side. He was a fail in the game, an epic fail. That was my prediction. It is no shock he went pre-jury. His immediate showmance with Allison was crazy. We're talking here, like.
Did not expect that at all.
Like just instant, and then he did the same shit Tom did. So Tom was obviously falling in love with me from week 1, like having big feelings for me. But he kept saying things off camera, just trying to make like not only the house guests in Canada, but himself think that he wasn't falling for me. So Andrew did that. Andrew obviously had feelings for Allison. He's keeping up like behind her back, like making out with her and throwing up the first 5 just to pretend to Canada that like I got by alliance before this girl. Like, he never would have cut her.
Yeah.
And of course he went first before she did. She told me at Rap, she was on the block right after him, like the next week. She was like, holy shit, I am Liza. She's like, Andrew and I are going to go back to back.
Yeah.
Like, double eviction, basically. And no, she didn't go. But yeah, there's a lot of resemblance there. Allison does remind me of a lot of me in the house and outside the house. And, you know, like it or not, Andrew reminds me a lot of Tom. I just know my Tom better. But game-wise, exactly as I thought. Intense, fail, alliance with Kenny.
I was going to bring that up. You said that they would be friends and have an alliance. Watching back, I was like, Liza got that. I thought that maybe he would have lasted a little bit longer through competitions, kind of to stay in the game, but basically kind of the same person that I expected. So that's what I gotta say.
Allie, where are you? I'm trying to get Allison here. There she is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then who went? Sarah. Sarah Kenny.
And then Sarah. Yep.
Sarah is one I didn't get right. Sarah. I said, well, I don't know. I said that you called her loyal.
Yep.
Which she absolutely was. I want to point out, you said she's going to be a really loyal person, and she was loyal to a fault. Mm-hmm. Obviously, to the first 5, and then to Kenny specifically. Like, she basically went because she was too damn loyal to Kenny. I heard some rumors, because you could hear a lot of stuff after that. Certain people were trying to sort of pull her from Kenny at the end and trying to loop her into something else, and she just was so loyal to Kenny. So at least you have your loyalty at the end of the day. I said, quote, I would have been friends with her in the house. I would have. I liked her before. I liked her in the house. I really like her after the house. Like shit. So quoting, like predicting that I would have clicked with this girl is true. I thought she was weak, and I thought her having kids, the whole emotional aspect was really gonna be shit for her game.
And it did.
I was wrong. I disagree. Of course she was emotional. Of course her children had a pull on her heart. Sarah blew me the fuck away.
Yeah, it didn't. The part didn't ruin her game. Yeah.
Like, what do you think? Talk about it.
I think that obviously she was emotional, and I saw that coming, and loyal, and I really did feel, I was like, she's a mom. I feel like she's gonna be ride or die with her alliance. So I mean, I guess. And what else did I put here? Emotional, as I saw coming, but I was surprised that she was in such a strong alliance as the first 5, and she got right in there with the guys, and I don't know, she kind of was exactly how I expected.
She was nothing like I expected.
But I was surprised that she, got in with the guys.
Like, I was watching her, and yeah, she would have her weak moments, missing her kids, but that's normal. But like, when I think back and I watch Sarah, I was watching her, I was like, I expected her truly to be an emotional, useless, weak sheep.
Yeah, she was a tougher bitch than I thought. That's for sure.
She was a tougher bitch than I thought. Like, and even she passed that swing vote. Like, she was a swing vote that changed the direction of the game, not for the better. Fuck first 5, but she had power, man, and she had to like think about how to use it. And okay, also tell me something. I don't have any pictures. Hold on. Did Sarah not get like a gajillion times hotter? Like, hold on.
Season?
Can everyone see this picture of her? Oh, sorry, we take away my neck.
Sure did.
Like, her actual picture. Like, beautiful woman, but
progressive. Yeah.
She all of a sudden was like a hottie.
She really did.
Like, her hair was longer, and it was darker underneath, and then she had these red chunks, and there she just sort of seems like a fresh-faced, round little mother of 2, and in real life, she's fucking hot.
Yeah.
Like, maybe if she looked, like, if I realized she was so damn hot, I would have, like, had a different prediction. But I sort of assumed she was just, like, middle-aged mother of 2, emotional waste. And I'm like, oh, you're a smoke show.
You're a smoke show.
She was hot. She got way hotter. I don't know. Yeah. She's hot. And she's so much fun. And, like, I sort of am sad she lives in BC, because that's one girl I would like to, like.
Yeah, and her kids obviously didn't come down to TO, right?
Did not. No. And they're gorgeous. Anyone, like, Google pictures of her girls? I mean, Sarah and her husband are good-looking people, so you expect good-looking children, but they're, like, stunning little girls. Like, gorgeous.
I remember.
Oh, and they look cool. Like, they look like one's wearing the little glasses and.
Yeah.
Like,
how old are they?
I don't know. How old are they?
They're not too young, right?
No, they're not too young. I'm gonna ballpark.
Middle school.
12 and 8. Sarah.
Okay. 12 and 8. That's what.
I literally just checked my phone to see if Sarah texted me. No, my children aren't 12 and 8. No, she didn't say that. Yeah, Sarah, though, is one I got totally wrong, other than the instinct that I would like her in real life and want to be her friend.
Yeah.
Then Kenny. Kenny, I didn't put anything in my notes other than a heart. Obviously, I just gush over Kenny all prediction. I'm like, I think you're mega hot, and like, we should get married, and like, obviously, and then in the predictions, you're like, by the way, I think he's gay, and I'm like, no.
You're like, what?
No.
I was like, yeah.
Please do not do that to me. And you're like, yeah, honey, I think he's gay. I'm like, no.
I'm like, I'm sorry to break it to you, but your boyfriend is gay.
I was obsessed with him all season. He's so hot.
Yeah. I love it. You just put a heart next to his name.
I literally just put a heart. I predicted that he'd be a front runner. He was. I go on and on and on about how he said he was a marathon runner. So I was like, whoa. You put the body of a marathon runner in there with, like, the intelligence. Plus, he was emotional. So I'm like, the crying is going to get all the girls who are going to fall for him, but he's fucking gay. So he's not going to fall for any. I'm like, this guy is perfect. I'm like, this guy is going to win Big Brother. And he's everything I thought he would be, except for two things. One, well, no, this is both the same thing. He didn't lay as low as I think he should have. He really got riled up in the first 5. Like when Ika was shredding the letters, he was like, fuck you. Like, lay back.
Yeah.
Like, let Andrew be the beast. Ika's going anyways, like, lay back. And I told him this at Rap. I said, your fatal error was winning that divergent POV.
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't have to, like, tear through it and win. I was like, Andrew was already HOH. Just let Andrew win the POV. Let him keep the nominations the same. But Kenny, like, had to show them what a physical threat he was, and his game suffered. What did you think? Did he surprise you? Did he disappoint you?
I think I thought he was definitely a contender to win. But I really do. I agree. I feel like he should have laid low, kind of let the other people's games kind of, yeah, I don't know. I think he did a great job at first, getting both genders on his side. And I'm also really glad that
he was really playing the straight thing pretty well.
I'm really glad that he got to, come out before he was evicted. And I think it was a perfect time to just say, hey, guys, and I think it made a great segment. I loved it.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, like, his relationship with Sarah was so beautiful, and, like, the whole segment of him coming out to her, like...
Yeah, I love how he told her first. That was cute.
And they're inseparable in real life, just so you know. Like, I mean, even on the morning show the next day, there was, like us, there were 3 showmances, so they had a showman segment. In this show, they didn't have 3 showmances, so they did Allison and Andrew, which are showmans.
Yep.
They did... Was it John and Nella?
Allison and Andrew. Kenny and Sarah, and then...
and John and Netta. No.
Yeah, John and Netta.
Yes, John Netta. So, like, manses.
Yeah.
So they had, like, a manse. Like, they were, like, Kenny and Sarah, like, legit or, like, real-life BFFs. Like, they spent all their time together. They're just so comfortable around each other. Like, I mean, like any of us would have been coming out of the house. Like, they're just really, like, the sweetest friends. And I'm glad. Like, if you're going to go, like I said to them, I was like, you went like Tom and I. Like, first double eviction of the season, or only one in your season. And if you're going to go, and they even said, Kenny was like, we got to do all our press together. And I'm like, I know. Like, leaving right after, like, my man in that house and getting to do our full day of press together was so special.
Yeah.
So I get it. I get them.
Yeah.
And then, after the double eviction, we are at jury. Arlie, where are you? I was wrong about Arlie. Okay, Arlie, you say you predicted that he would come up with a big plan that would backfire. Truth.
Yeah.
You nailed that. I basically said he was trying too hard.
Yeah.
He said he was...
feel like he did.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
He said he was going to showmance probably more than one. Well, that didn't work out. There's really no single ladies in the house.
Yeah, that didn't work out for him.
Arlie also got cuter. Do you not think, like, most of the cast got, like...
more attractive, yeah.
Like,
I agree.
Hotter, though. Like, if you look at, like, the cast picture versus the rap party picture...
Yeah.
Like, Hello.
Yeah, like Sabrina, I was looking at photos, I was like, she looks super good. Not that she didn't before, but like, yeah, I agree. Like all of them got more attractive. His haircut definitely helped. Arlie, your haircut was, and I heard he still had his A on his chest.
He still has his A on his chest.
Oh,
He just
geez.
sent me a picture today. I'm like, you got to do something about that.
Yeah.
You have got to do something about that.
Yeah. So it definitely, he had this plan and it backfired and whatever, but he was definitely fun to watch sometimes when he
Yeah,
had clothes.
obviously. And I'm sure he'll be talking about, sorry, I'm trying to tweet at the same time.
Oh, it's okay.
Talking about Arlie.
Multitasking isn't my thing either.
Freaking hashtag BBCan2. Yeah, I met him in person, and now I like understand him more. I'll tell you something. He is so understated in real life. Like, he went into that game being such a character and like going so large all the time that
totally
in
not
real life I was like, oh, like you're just sort of like normal. Like,
was he kind of like reserved, would you say, or just not as eccentric?
Not reserved at all. A little overwhelmed. They were all like, whoa, like I'm out of the house. I cannot believe all of you are here. Like us welcoming them into the family. And yeah. But he's like reserved. I don't know. Maybe I expected him to like streak or something.
Yeah.
Or sit in the corner and be like, I have this whole game figured out.
But there was none of that.
There is none of that. He is just so like chill and cute and like I literally preseason I was so disappointed about who I got in Toronto. Like I was like, Edmonton got all the cool people. Like tell me Edmonton just scored like freaking Adele and Heather and Rochelle. Like, ugh. Yeah. I am so happy Arlie is in my town. Like
Arlie's in Toronto?
Yeah, a suburb. But he is like I can't, like, after this weekend and really getting to know everybody, I am, like, thrilled Arlie, like, lives close to me. Like, someone, like, I can just, like, talk to and, like, come over for a beer or, I don't know. Like, he's a really cool guy, which is not what I thought. His impression was, like, loud and try too hard and I'm going to be amazing and I'm going to have 10 shots. Yeah. In real life, he's so cool. And, like, he is such a super fan. Like, some people, Sabrina, say they're a super fan but have no idea what they're talking about ever. And then there's people like Arlie who, that guy knows the game, man. He knows the game. He was playing it very calculated the whole time. He knew what was up. Like, it's not like he didn't know he was going when he got screwed over like that, but he knew the alliance with John, like, one of them was going to end up cutting the other one eventually, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know. He just was really self-aware and
yeah, he definitely knew what was going on in that game, but unfortunately, and also, people were like, he got backdoored. He technically didn't get backdoored. So
I'd like to tell everyone that Arlie and I just had a fight about this today over text. I was going to tweet it, and then I'm like, don't be obnoxious. Like, Arlie was like, hi, Arlie, if you're watching, don't be mad. Text me if you're mad at me. Yeah, he texted me. He's like, we're going to have a little conversation about what backdooring means. And I was very clear, and I will tell all of you, the hundreds that are watching right now, backdooring was a term made up in season 6 for James Ryan. Now, James Ryan and I have been very close for 8 years. What happened is, first of all, there wasn't even a veto in like season 2. So vetoes didn't even exist in the very, very beginning. And then in season 6, James Ryan was the veto king. He kept winning veto. So there was no way. I think he won at least 5. Like, in what, a 10-week game?
Yeah.
With probably 9 vetoes. Like, so he won 5. He is the veto king. And so the backdooring was invented to get rid of James, basically. Well, if we don't nominate him, if we don't nominate our actual target, then he may or may not get an option to play in POV and save himself. Arlie and I have been fighting over it. He's like, that's not what it means. I'm like, no, but it does. He's like, I think backdooring was around before season 6. And I said, maybe accidentally.
Wasn't Nokomis? Didn't she use the backdoor strategy?
I don't even know what season it was that Nokomis was.
I don't know. Anyway.
But either way, I was like, Arlie, you weren't the original target. Like, they didn't backdoor you. I
Yeah,
mean,
no,
you weren't the original target. You never were the target.
exactly.
It was this master plan to not put you up to get you in the end. It's just that's how the tide sort of turned.
Yep. And yeah.
Also, in my analysis of him, my predictions of him in the beginning, I keep comparing him to AJ. I'm like, this guy would annoy me so much in the house. I'm like, AJ. I'm like, we're probably going to be friends in real life. But it's so funny that literally the whole prediction, I'm comparing Arlie to AJ, and they both went first jury.
I didn't think of that. That's funny.
I know.
Yeah. He definitely knew what was going on, but unfortunately, he didn't see it coming. So.
Yeah, and it's a shame that he went when he did. I did not expect a character like that to go first in jury. That's a shitty time for him to go because he was such a character.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what? And it happened so fast, it seemed like. It's like, okay, let's get our...
He should have been second in jury, technically. But, because Kenny should have been jury.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's one I got definitely, well, not wrong. I did know he was going to be a big, loud personality. I did know he would come. You said he'd come with a big plan that would backfire, and I thought he was going to be way too much, way too hard. But knowing him the way I do now, like, he's basically like, you might as well go all in. You might as well go in strong, and if you win, you look like a superhero. And if you lose, at least you have a memorable personality, and he's right.
And he does, yeah.
Yeah, he's absolutely right. He went sort of, well, not early, but, I mean, first jury isn't a big deal. And he's, like, absolutely memorable. Like, the streaking and the hair cuts and the A in the chest and, like, just a really memorable.
Yeah, and I feel like as fans, especially, we love that. He participated in the, with most hashtags. He went all out with it. That's what viewers want. And he was definitely, he played for the viewers. And therefore, he's memorable. Probably more memorable than some people who went after him. But, yeah, I knew he would kind of play too early and whatnot, but he did surprise me. So, should we go?
Way better than I thought he was going to be in the game. He actually is a fan. He's not just talking shit, and he's actually really awesome in real life. Really awesome. Who's next?
Allison.
All right. So Allison, we didn't get to have a prediction on because we didn't know she was going to be in the game.
Yep.
I'm obsessed with her. This is no secret. I wanted her of the 3 people to be in. I rallied for her to get in. She didn't disappoint me. I mean, what was she supposed to do? When you get in that house, you just sort of play with the house. She found herself a dude, which is the right thing to do because that dude went before her. They were calling her the new girl. These girls weren't even learning her name.
I know.
Like, that's so screwed up. Like, calling her the new girl.
I was like, she's been in the house for 3 weeks, guys. We can stop the new girl reference.
I know, 3 weeks.
Like,
yeah, they were pissed. They just didn't like fresh meat in there.
Yeah, I really liked Allison. I'm glad she got to go in. What I liked about her was she was a huge fan of the show. She knew what she was talking about, and I thought she was entertaining, especially trying to get in that secret room.
Yeah, she got a lot of camera time. Like, those people in the war room got a lot of camera time early. And then she got camera time, and then she got secret challenges. Like, I think she's going to be really memorable.
Yeah. I did think she would go farther, but,
No, she was She was losing all her people. Like, she came into that house at such a disadvantage. I'm really shocked she made it as far as she did. I think if she came in straight up with the rest of the people, I think that she would have had a better chance. She reminded of me before the show. She reminded me of me during the show, and she reminded me after the show. Like, she's the one person I click with, like, the most that, like, I want to be, like, homegirls with.
Yeah.
Like, I literally feel like she's, like, my friend. Like, and it's got to be weird for all of them. They come out of the house, and all of us are treating them like we know them, and they know us, but we don't. And I was obsessed with her. Like, literally, the first night I met her, I saw her across the bar. Like, she was coming in, and I was like, come here.
Come here.
Right now. And I'm just like, I'm obsessed with you. I'm like, if we are not BFFs in the next 5 minutes, I'll kill myself.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with her. I'm annoyed she lives in Newfoundland. And
yeah, so far.
She, my funniest moment with her is We were taking the bus to Niagara together, like a huge bunch of us. We were on two
Yeah.
buses. Sorry, Allison, if you're watching, but this is my favorite Allison story. So she was sitting with Andrew. We'll get to that. They have some catching up to do, and she moved over and she came and sat in between Tala and I, and everyone was like tired and lazy and like we're just so comfortable with each other. It's weird. So Allie like sits back and Tala laid her head here, and then I laid my head on this side of her, and so she's just like holding us, right? She's just sitting there like holding Tala and I because we're tired, which is normal, right?
Yeah.
She grabs her phone and gives it to like Arlie or something. She's like, can you take a picture of this? Like, she was just like having a moment. She's like, hold on. She's like, Tala's on one side of me, Liza's on the other side of me. Like, she was just having this like, what the fuck moment. And I'm like, oh yeah, this is sort of a big deal to you.
Yeah.
Like, Tala and I are just being lazy fucks and are trying to catch a nap on your shoulder, but like, I guess this is sort of cool.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Take a picture. Yeah. Allie, send that picture to me, by the way. I haven't seen it.
That's funny. I love that.
I love her.
Okay, so next is Rochelle.
I was wrong about Rochelle in all ways. I said Rochelle reminds me of me, loud, talkative, and funny. Turns out Rochelle had absolutely no personality in the game. I predicted her and Sabrina would be in an alliance, though.
Oh yeah, you did.
That shit out loud.
Yeah. Gremlin.
I literally went on and on about how much I love her. I was like, I think she's my little sister. I love you, Rochelle. Not to say I don't love her in real life. I do love her. Rochelle inside the game was different than outside the game. Do I love Rochelle in real life? Absolutely. Does she remind me of me? Sure. But in that game, she she knows this. I'm not being rude, but she knows she disappointed all of us. She was a top runner, a top pick for a lot of us. And she just couldn't hold her own in that house.
I said that Rochelle was my favorite from the beginning of the season, and I was kind of talking to her friend back home and updating her, but I was a little disappointed. I feel like she really did go under Sabrina's wing, but I also think she's young, and she was trying to figure out, where all her alliances laid. I don't know. I think that Rochelle outside the house would be very different from inside. I've seen some of her like Instagrams and photos, and I don't know. I don't really know what happened inside the house, but she wasn't very, I don't know.
She had no personality. She didn't stand out at all. I mean, it's only what we saw from edits too, right?
Yeah. I'm sure I would love her outside of the house, but inside it just wasn't what I thought. But
yeah, prediction's totally wrong. And then who? Adele?
What?
Adele next?
Yes.
Adele, I was like, oh my god, he's so cute. But I was like, he's a little much. He's a handful. He was like, I am the people's champ. My big thing was I thought he was going to be way too much and a handful. And he was, but in a good way. I thought he was going to be more of an Arlie like that. Well, Arlie prediction. I thought he was going to be like obnoxious and I'm the people's champ. Like, and
yeah, that's what he said, right? I'm the people's champ.
I am the people's champ. Like, I thought he was going to be super unlikable. Turns out he is the most likable human being in Canada. Like, he is big. Wake up, Canada! And, like, he's big, but it was also positive. Mm-hmm. It was commonality. It wasn't, I'm amazing. It was, hey, everybody, wake up. Like, yes, his personality was huge, but no, it wasn't too much. He honestly... Yeah. Not only buzzworthy and likable in the house, but in person, you're just like, holy shit, you're the most likable person ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
I agree. I do think there were some moments where he kind of lost his cool with Marsha and stuff, but I mean, that's normal, and I agree with you. I think that at first I thought he'd come off a little strong. I'm the people's champion, but I do think a lot of people fell in love with him, and he played to Canada. He had the flag on his bed. He, wake up. So I loved that.
Yeah, so those are two things after the game that I learned. One, he was playing to Canada the entire time, which is genius. That's Arlie and Adele. You gotta think it through. Either you're gonna win this damn game or you better be frickin' memorable. And Adele went in pandering to Canada the entire time, and Canada loved him every minute. Like,
I feel
wake
like
up, Canada,
some of
wear
them
the
forget
flag.
this.
Smart.
Yeah, I feel like some of the house guests forgot this because you never know when they're going to be voting. You might be up on the block because of Canada, so you better play to them too.
In real life, you're going to be shocked. He's so quiet.
Really?
Adele's the one
I wouldn't think that.
the most.
Is he one of those people where if he doesn't really know you, he has to get close to you before he kind of...
No, it's not that he was shy or standoffish. He was beautiful. First of all, he has the most beautiful smile. Like, you don't understand until you see it in person. Like, Adele's smile freaking lights up a room.
Yeah.
And he's never shy. It's not that he's shy. He just is understated. Like, he's not going to be like, "Hi, Liza. Really great to meet you. I'm Adele." He was just like, "Hey.
Yeah.
Good to see you." And, like, he acknowledges you. He engages you. But, I mean, like, really understated. Like, Adele's the one that I thought he was going to be running around with a Canadian flag and screaming. Like, I didn't hear him say fucking "Wake up, Canada" once. It was all the moms like me screaming it. I couldn't walk into a room and not go, "Wake up, Canada."
Yeah. The most shocking, would you say?
Just the absolutely, like, not what I expected.
Okay.
Like, no.
Interesting.
And I learned, as I said, you learn that, yeah, he's a smarty. Him and Arlie, man, they were thinking through their public image, and that is very important.
Very, yeah.
And, they made an impression.
Uh-huh.
They made an impression, and their public image is like, oh, God, they're so smart. Adele's a smart dude. Like, pay attention. Like, we all should have known because we saw him on Dragon's Den that he had that entrepreneurial spirit. Like me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when you're an entrepreneur, you're a creator, you're an inventor, you market yourself. You like, I can't think of the word because I've been drinking too much wine, but you, like, manufacture your public image like I do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so he was very aware of what he was doing, and I didn't know that. I mean, I thought he was going to be the people's champ. Like, he was awesome. He's so awesome.
Yeah.
Like another Edmonton I miss out on.
Yeah, I didn't expect that.
Heather.
Heather
was trying to further her modeling career. People asked if she was faking it.
Heather, I love you.
I love her too. She's
so
really.
Cute. That was so cute, that video that you sent me. What? I was like, Instagram, that video that you sent me. I was like, Instagram, Twitter. I loved it. So I'm trying to remember. Let's see if I wrote down what I said. I thought that she seemed very fun and sweet, but I didn't think she made it as far as, or I didn't think she would make it as far as she did. For sure. I mean, I think everyone can agree on that. We didn't pick
her in our pool. We left out Ika and Heather. I'll tell you guys, she's exactly like you thought. I mean, I don't know her. I don't know any of you guys deeply. I just know what I saw this weekend, and, like, she was so sugary sweet that it actually made me angry at Sabrina, Rochelle, and Ika, because I'm standing in front of this sweet human being, Heather, who's just so sweet. I didn't see fakeness. I didn't see bullshit. I just saw this wonderful little human.
Yeah.
And she, like, left home when she was 16, so that's got to be a rough ride. She has tattoos all over, and I always think tattoos are an external representation of an internal pain, and I have many. Like, yeah. I think tattoos are always a reflection of struggle or challenge or pain, and she has a lot, and I just can't think of one negative quality about that girl, and to know that right, that Sabrina and Rochelle and Ika were just screaming at her, "You're fat, and your pimples," and you're like, just how you could choose to, like, I was explaining to some of my friends, I was like, look, I have a very intimidating personality, but I won't throw my weight at somebody who can't take it.
No.
I just said Ika. Topaz. Topaz came at me because she knew I can take it. And I didn't throw it back at her on the show, but I could. I could throw my weight into somebody who could take it. I would never throw my weight into Heather.
No.
Like, why you would throw yourself into
Yeah, she didn't do anything. And by the way, Sabrina was totally at that point trying to cause issues. Like, Heather, honey, come here to the hammock. And then I could told her, like, no, don't have her come over here. And Sabrina still insisted. So I felt so bad, and she was just so. And then when she goes back to the have not, she was just breaking down, and I don't know, I hated that whole thing. And I'm glad she got to have a little segment where she talked about, what she's been through and bitches.
I just saw. It's funny because I'm not getting. I've like 100 tweets that I've missed, but I just saw Queen Tit say,
Yeah.
"I have such a girl crush on you," and something about it just popped up. I have a girl crush on you, and I'm gonna catch up on Liza's Dish. I look, hey, come to Vancouver soon. Play with your dog. Yeah, that's the thing too. Is like I got made fun of a lot on the show behind my back. So I come and I see a live feed where they're like just trashing me physically. Like my tits are small, my ass is fat, she has cellulite, she's probably an escort. Honestly, I know this sounds silly, but at least it was behind my back. If people want to bash and vent, that's fine.
Right.
The fact that these mean girls thought it was appropriate to scream at somebody in that house.
Ridiculous.
So that abuse. It's mean enough if you're going to talk bad about someone behind their back, but she was literally having abuse screamed at her face. Like, not impressed. Not impressed.
And basically following her throughout the house because
I'm not impressed with that. She knows
yeah, it's insane.
She's just a sweet person. Like, I don't know. She's lovely. She was lovely.
I didn't get what she did to deserve that. Anyways.
Are we final three?
Yeah. So Netta.
Unfortunately. Yeah. Netta, I said, I love that she had a tentative strategy, that she was smart enough to know that you can't go in the strategy with the game, you have to adapt it. She said she wanted to lay low and make personal connections, which was also brilliant. And I said maybe she's the next Jillian. Like, I was literally just praising the shit brigade out of her game. I was like, this girl is one to watch. Like,
yeah.
She was so good.
So good, Netta. What did I write here?
Like, we predicted she was going to be pretty amazing and one to watch. She was the one to watch.
Yeah, I thought she would do great and whatever, but I definitely underestimated her because in my thing I said that she was super blunt and, would be too blunt for her own good or whatever, but she really, at first, she laid low, whatever, and then once she had the numbers and had a solid alliance, she went for it. And, yeah, just great game, and I was so bummed that she got out third, but, Anyways, also, but John, or she would have done the same to John, so it's kind of like,
Yeah, and somebody was fighting me. I was like calling her the mastermind, and she was like, Kyle just wrote, "Go Habs, go hockey playoffs."
Oh, jeez.
Stop watching the hockey game. Watch me.
Kyle, you're watching the wrong thing.
Somebody was fighting me on the fact that Netta was a mastermind. They're like, she did nothing in the beginning. It was all the first five.
I saw that.
Play the game. Like,
did you watch the show? Did you watch the show?
Tom and Liza and go pre-jury, or you lay the fuck low, like lay low in the beginning. It is a marathon, not a sprint. She was likable. She was on the block in the beginning as a pawn too.
Exactly.
She was so disposable, so not on the radar that they're throwing her up there on the block.
Yeah, and she did whatever she had to do. If she had to sit with the girls and while they were bashing the girls or whatever, she did it. She sat in there. She did what she had to do. It wasn't like she was throwing out those insults, but she kept it classy, Netta. You kept it classy.
Exactly what she needed to do in the first half, and as soon as the tide swayed, she started to make some moves. She was brilliant. Brilliant. We thought she was going to be great. She was really great.
Yeah.
In person, she's snippier than I thought. I don't know. Like, yeah, I can see the attitude in the house, but in real life, like, not snippy. Like, I love her, and I predicted that we were going to be friends. And again, I'm annoyed she lives in BC. Please move here. In real life, she's like zingy. Maybe it's because she wasn't really over it when it happens. Yeah. But she's like a sarcasm to her, and she's really dry. She's so sweet. I get that you see she is little on TV, when Netta is in front of you in person, like this is the size of her waist.
Oh, jeez.
Like I was like, hey,
There's nothing there.
like so thin, so like, oh my god, I'm such a fatty fat next to her. I'm so tall. I'm like 7 feet tall, and like,
No.
oh my god, she so skinny, so skinny. Slabrina, joking, not joking. Everyone's getting mad at me for that nickname like I made it up. I didn't fucking make up Slabrina. That was Canada's fucking nickname for her, and I just adopted it. Well, apparently I loved Sabrina in the beginning. I was thrilled she would make Peter her showmance, but I didn't know she would make anyone her showmance. She said she's in it for the 15 minutes of fame, which is obvious considering she could not stop talking about apparently she knows Kim Kardashian and Kanye West, and she, like, I don't know, she thinks she's so much cooler than she is. You don't know any of these people, and it's strange that you're making up stories. She said her strategy was to fly under the radar. That didn't work. I raved about Sabrina. I raved about her. I literally, and I quote Liza saying, "We are going to be friends in real life."
Yeah?
That's what I said.
Now what would you say?
Well, she really disappointed me in the game. I think she said a lot of bad things that I don't appreciate. Not about me. Everyone thinks it's about me. She's like, what did she say about you, Liza? I have such high self-esteem. Your little words can't break me down. It wasn't about what she said about me. I just felt like every moment that girl opened her mouth, she was putting somebody else down. Because go find clips. She ripped every one of us in the season 1 cast. She ripped everybody on her cast. She ripped most of the Americans. Like, how insecure are you? How deeply insecure are you that every time you open your mouth, you need to put somebody else down to make yourself feel better? Like, I do not respect that at all. And then on top of that, she didn't own it. This is what I was saying all weekend. Everyone's like, relax, Liza, let it go. I'm like, I'm not gripping it. You asked how I felt, and like, this isn't an issue for me. I don't lose sleep over this, but I didn't like that she didn't own it. Like, if someone came up to me and said, like, did you call me a cunt? I'd be like, yeah, because you were being one.
Was she denying what she was saying?
All season, it was like, what? I'm a bitch? Canada hates me? Yeah. Like, yeah. We talked. Obviously, rumors started to swirl that I didn't like her so much, and, like, fucking some of these people are so young and so gossipy that they really, really wanted to create something that wasn't there. So they really got into her ear and under her flesh about it.
Young and gossipy. Who's young and gossipy?
Oh, I don't know. Everyone. Like, definitely the mean girls. Like, Ika for sure got to her. Rochelle got to her. Like, I don't know. Like, everyone made it something it wasn't, so I had to, like, dissolve it because I'm a grown-up. So I talked to her. I was like, Sabrina, and she was just like, I'm so sorry, and la la la, like that. And I'm fine with it. I just wanted to let her know, like, I don't hate you. I don't wish anything bad for you. I don't lose sleep over this. Like, you're not a hot topic for me. But I still don't respect her. I don't respect somebody who has the capacity to constantly treat other people that way.
Yeah, and the things that she was saying just didn't need to be said. And, like, it's a game. Like, you don't need to go to that level. And it's just, at least, like you said, own up to it. I don't know. I'd have to see her in person or whatever, but
she's super likable, and like everyone was like, oh, we're over it, why aren't you over it? Like Alec was like, why don't you just be nice to her? I'm like, Alec, you like everybody. Like, Alec has to like everybody and be liked by everybody. I was like, Alec, name one person you don't like. He can't. And even Amanda was on my case. Amanda's like, oh, she called me a bunch of names in the house, but I forgave her, so why don't you? I'm like, this isn't about forgiving somebody for something they said about me. I don't even care what was said about me. This is me not respecting somebody as a human being for the choices they make and the way they treat other people. Like, Sabrina could call me right now and say, I'm in trouble, I need you, and anybody who knows me knows I would be the first person to be there. Like, I am a grown-up, I have a very big heart, I care very much about people. And if Sabrina called me and said, I'm in trouble, I need you, I could be in Montreal in 4 hours. But I don't want to, like, talk to her.
Yeah.
Ever.
Did you feel like you just didn't have anything in common?
I just felt like she was a liar. Like, even when she's standing there, like, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean it, and I'm so sorry. I'm like, this is you going, Canada hates me? Like, she doesn't own up to anything. Like, how are you so vile? Like, how do you say such nasty shit about so many people and then turn around and, like, I watched you on television. So when you come up to me and are like, oh my God, I didn't mean it, I'm so sorry, I'm like, no, you're not. No, you're not. And
Yeah.
she did share with me some personal stuff too. Sabrina, if you're watching, I don't know if you care to watch this, but she did share with me some personal stuff that like did explain a little. Like she basically was like, this is who I am and this is what I was going through in life that maybe made me act that way. And I do understand it. Like it did help me understand why.
Yeah. But it's only like how far can you go with it?
Right,
How
but it
far
doesn't
can
make it
you just-
okay. So
yeah. So I don't know.
that prediction was very wrong. We are not going to be friends in real life. And last but not least,
Party.
you should go back. Everyone watching this, which just turned into hundreds of more people because I started talking about Sabrina. Tell her! Hey, they're going to tweet her, Liza hates you. Gar, gar, gar. Shut the fuck up. Whatever, follow me.
Drama.
What's so funny is you guys should all go back and watch the video Jack and I did about our predictions. Watch me talk about John. It's so funny because I'm literally reading his page and I'm like, oh, he said he was going to play off the house. His strategy was subject to change, which I love. He's not going to be in a showmance. He understands the power. Literally, I'm reading out the thing and I go, hold on. Literally, you see me go, wait, this is one to watch because I had my pool coming up right after that with Mertz. And I'm literally like, you literally see me reading his strategy going, hold on, I need to rethink this kid. And then I picked him in my pool. I picked him and Sabrina. So I slaughtered my pool. Final two in my pool. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Shit, John, you did great, buddy. You did great.
Yes. Yes.
Great game. And whoa, did he get so much hotter?
His hair again. Like he was starting to, style it kind of cool. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, they're saying that it was Netta styling him and Sabrina demanding to cut his hair, like the girls shaped him up.
Yeah. Something way different. The styling, finale night.
Look at this. Look at this.
So different. So different.
Right. Hold on, I need to talk because this is not the guy who just won the game.
No.
Like,
That's
this is
about.
like, hockey player dude from Newfoundland.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the guy that won that show, he like had his hair all like boom, he had that little scruff going on.
Yeah,
he had like his personality.
You were King John for sure.
I thought he was gay. I'm just gonna bring that up because not because of the cardigan, but I thought he was the gay one.
I kind of did too.
John, you did great. My prediction, I obviously picked him in my pool. I didn't think he was going to win the whole damn thing, but...
Yeah, me neither. I didn't think that at all. I for sure thought it was Netta, but he's deserving, so...
Okay, we did that. Taking fan questions now. Let's just get into this.
All right. Okay, so I tweeted earlier asking people to send questions, and they sent them to Liza via Facebook and also Twitter. So I'm going to go through some. Okay, from Facebook.
I'm going to try and blow through these. Do you have like a bunch?
There's a good amount.
Okay, because I just don't want to waste people's time. We've been on for an hour, so I'm just going to try and answer your questions real fast.
Okay.
I know
Some are repeating, so. Paula Sophia on Facebook wants to know what John and Janelle's relationship with Netta is as of right now.
That's an awkward question because they don't have a relationship with Netta. John and Janelle have a relationship with each other. She was there the whole time. I saw her on Friday night. Like, I saw her at finale. Like, Janelle's an amazing girl. I will tell you guys one thing. John loves the holy shit balls out of his girlfriend. He loved her before they went in the house. He loved her every minute of every day he was in that house, and he loves the shit out of her. So I think it could be hard for Janelle to watch her boyfriend have an intimate relationship with another woman. Now, intimate does not mean sexual, idiots, but he shared an intimate experience with another woman. Yeah. So I could see an element of like Janelle being a little annoyed at basically having to share her man because her man had an intimate relationship with another woman for quite some time. but Meta lives in Vancouver. John and his girlfriend went back to.
Yeah.
They love the holy fuckballs out of each other. He thinks she is so beautiful. He is so proud of her. Like, seeing them together is so wonderful. So.
And for whoever asked earlier, no, John and Netta are not getting married.
Yeah, somebody apparently asked if John and Netta were getting married.
No. Lauren from Twitter wants to know what went on with McCranda after that whole situation, and also Tom and Gina Marie.
Miranda was whatever. Amanda was staying at my house. McCrae was staying at AJ's. They aren't together. I think McCrae got back with his ex-girlfriend. Amanda.
Minnesota, right?
What?
Minnesota girl?
I guess, even though McCrae lives in Florida. Like, I think McCrae's back with his ex. Amanda has a new boyfriend who's like a hot doctor, and she's like banana boat in love with him, like in capital L love. Is it ever awkward to be in the same party as an ex? Sure. I'm not in their heads. There was no drama. There was no weirdness. Everyone seemed to get along as one big happy family. How they felt on the inside, like, I don't know. Nobody had a breakdown. Nobody cried about it, but they're not BFF. She's not going to sit on his lap and take pictures for everyone to gossip about. They are both in other relationships. They are both very happy and in love, but are they fully capable of being in the same party or the same room? Of course, but nothing there.
All right, there you go. Zarlasht Ghani.
And there's no Tom and Gian.
She wants to know if you want to speak about this. And I think I had texted you on this too. What exactly did you mean when you tweeted you were about to see a train wreck happen?
Okay, so I'm not going to tell you. Thanks for remembering, though. I just feel like sometimes in this Big Brother family, you sit back and you watch all these swirling personalities, and like a lot of people tell me stuff. Like, I know I don't seem it to you guys, but I'm actually quite maternal and trustworthy. That's not what I do for you guys. I like to be all obnoxious and dish dirt, but in real life I'm actually quite maternal and I'm quite loyal and trustworthy, so people will tell me a lot of stuff. So I obviously had a lot of information this weekend about who liked who, or who wanted to sleep with who, or what was going on here. So I'm not going to name names, but sometimes you just see all these Big Brother personalities, and maybe this person likes that person, but this person loves that person. Hi, Kat. But this, you know what I mean? Sometimes it just looks like this train that's like, choo-choo, and I'm like, yeah. I feel sometimes like I can stop the train because I see it coming. I see the crash coming. But then I'm like, well, they told me a secret, and I'm not supposed to know. So I'm like, having the knowledge to see the crash coming, but I'm not supposed to have the knowledge.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just one instance. Let's just say there was like so many train crashes about to happen this weekend, and me having the knowledge to stop them, but I'm not supposed to have the knowledge. So being Mama Bear and just sitting back and watching this.
Just gotta let the train keep on going.
Just let them crash, man. Let them crash.
All right, so this is a comment from Twitter. Philippe Blanchetti wants to let you know that he was surprised of your mama role you took with the BB Can 2 house guests. So that was nice.
Say that again?
He said that he's very proud that you took a mama role for the Big Brother Canada 2 house guests.
Yeah, we were just talking about that. Yeah, that's what I said too. Like, so you guys know I had a conversation with Rochelle, and bye, Kat. Bye, Noodle. Okay, so two things about Rochelle I'll tell you that were funny. So right after finale night, we actually saw all of them. They all came to a bar, and Rochelle walks in, and she's like, "Hi, Liza!" And I'm like, "Ooh, girl," I was like, I was so made fun of you on Twitter. I mean, on YouTube. So like, that's the first thing I said was like, "Oh shit." Just so you know, like, I made some fun of you on I keep saying Twitter, on YouTube. And I think she heard mean, like, and I was like, no, but I love you. Like, I was like, maybe if you didn't pick your nose and eat it and pee in the hot tub, you wouldn't have been, like, such an easy target for making fun of. Like, you just gave me such good material. So later on at the Niagara after party, she came up to me. I mean, a little bit, we've all been drinking, and she just seemed so hurt. She was like, she just kept saying, "Why do you hate me? I don't want you to be mean to me." She kept using the words hate and mean, and I don't hate her, and I wasn't mean to her. I just was like making fun of her in YouTube. Like, there's a big difference. Because she was like, "Liza, I think we're the most alike." And I was like, "Rochelle, in real life, we're alike. But on the show, like, they sucked your personality out of you. Like, there's no way the Rochelle on that show was the Liza of last season." But yeah, I told her so just speaking of Mama Bear, I looked at Rochelle and I said, "I do not hate you at all. Like, I don't know you as a person. I mean, I think you're lovely." She's so much better. Rochelle is so much cooler in real life than she was on that show. Like, really cool girl. And I said to her, "Listen, Rochelle, look at it this way. At the end of the day, you're 21. I'm about to be 31. I said, it would be irresponsible of me to not like you. I said, it is my responsibility, not only as the alumni of last year's cast, but as a grown woman, to support you, to give you confidence, to give you self-esteem, and to help you ease into this new world." You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, I am very Mama Bear. I just feel like, regardless of their age, this is a bunch of, you know, my new family members.
You've been through it.
I've been through it. We've all been there. We all know what this is like. So I absolutely felt like it was my responsibility to just tell them what to expect, how to handle it, and just to make sure every single one of them are okay. And I'll never stop.
Yeah.
I will text and email and call and visit every single one of them as much as I can, because they have this family that we didn't. You know, they got to come out to us, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. All right, and then one more.
I have a dish.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Total dish. So.
All right.
Hold on, let me tweet. Liza is dishing.
Here we go.
I'm dishing. About Rochelle. This isn't as exciting, but this is a scoop. So Rochelle sees me on that first night, and she's like, first thing she says to me, she's like, "Holy shit, Liza, I have to tell you something." I'm like, "What?" She's like, "So after they get evicted on the Thursday night, they do press all Friday, right? And then obviously they drive them to the jury house."
Yeah.
She's like, "So I'm in my car after press day getting driven to jury house in downtown Toronto." She goes, "I turn to the right, and I go," and this is Rochelle. Rochelle goes, "Holy shit, is that Liza in an Audi?" My car was beside the jury car. And
no.
The people in the car with her go, "What? Do not look at her. Do not look at her. Don't make eye contact with her." I guess on a Friday afternoon in the middle of Toronto, I'm like, I fucking rock up to the, and like, can you imagine, literally, can you imagine being Rochelle and like us coming out of the house?
Yeah, that was the day I was in town. I wonder, that the Friday was when I was over at your place. That's crazy. Yeah, because I saw her evicted Thursday and then Friday. So maybe, I don't know.
Can you imagine, though? Can you imagine? Like, just being Rochelle and getting evicted and literally just, shit, you've lost, you did your press day, you're going up to, what? Like, can you imagine just looking, that'd be like me looking over and seeing, like, Rachel or Janelle or Dr. Will. I would just be like,
and
this is real.
You didn't see her at all?
I have no idea. I couldn't even remember what day it was.
Oh my God. Crazy.
Yeah,
that's awesome though. What are the chances?
What are the chances? City, and at the same day, on the same time, on the same street, your car pulls up to mine?
Yeah.
Just saying.
Crazy.
Okay, what else?
All right, so I had one more question, and it said, what is the status on Allison and Andrew? Are they going to try to make it work? What are they going to do?
I don't know. They definitely had unfinished business. That's no secret. They were very cute in the finale. Sort of looked like Peter and I. Like, one was jury, one was pre-jury. They've obviously been, like, it's exactly Peter and I. Like, I'm sitting there being like, I've been here last year on, like, the long-lost sort of separation or whatever. There was a how do I say this? Like, I don't know. They're grown up, so I mean, I told you they were being really cuddly on the bus. Like,
yeah, I kind of saw some pictures too.
And I have pictures. Yeah, it's not like it was a secret. Like they're obviously they are unfinished business, and they're romantical, and they were like cuddly, and obviously
You're
there's
just
a
kind
mutual
of testing the waters.
At the end of the day, this is my prediction, not any facts, but like, see, they also had Tom and Liza to tell them how it works, in that it doesn't. So Tom basically got to talk to Andrew, and I got to talk to Allison and say, do what you do, but at the end of the day, like, Alberta and
Yeah.
like, doesn't work. So plus they're no Tom and Liza. It's not like they were like bananas about each other from night one, like, you know what I mean? But they did have something. It doesn't matter how short or long it was. They had a connection, and I think they'll be friends forever. But I really think they're smart enough not to bother trying to have a relationship.
Okay. Great. Well, that clears that up. I think that wraps up the questions.
All right.
Although on the YouTube comments, people are just saying the backdoor plan started with Nokomis. I don't know. I don't know when it was. Whatever.
Tell Arlie that, people watching me.
Yeah.
Be like, Arlie, you are right. Except Arlie's claiming that he was backdoored. Nokomis or James Ryan, I don't care when backdooring started. Can somebody please tell Arlie he was not backdoored? He was never the target originally.
No.
He had a chance to play veto and lost. Just because he was the replacement nomination and the new target at the last minute does not make it a backdoor.
Yeah.
Somebody tell Arlie that.
That drives me crazy when I see people on Twitter like, backdoor, no.
Anything else with the YouTube comments?
I think that's it. A lot of the questions were kind of repeating, so I hope I got to everyone's questions.
Yeah, I can't think of anything that you guys would want to know. There was no real drama. I'll tell you that Netta and John had a lot of shit to work out, as expected. Like, they didn't have any time to decompress. Like, it all happened on finale night. Netta literally got the cut. John wins the money. Kablam! Why don't you go to a rap party in Niagara Falls? Like, there was definitely John and Netta needed some time to work their shit out. Netta took it very personally. She was very bitter. She's probably still bitter. If I was that girl, I'd be bitter for the next 10 years of my life. Like, she was so close to winning.
Hard not to, you know?
Yeah. So there was a lot of time where her and John needed to work their shit out, but I don't know, nobody threw any plates or anything, so. I don't think Heather and Rochelle are okay. No drama, because they're both pretty sweet in real life, but I think a girl like Heather is so sensitive, she's just not going to get over what you said to her and what you did to her, and I don't think she should. I support her in trying to distance herself from the people that did that to her.
Yeah. Well, love you, Heather.
We love Heather. Rochelle and I were fine. I'm going to repeat it again. Like, Rochelle's actually pretty cool. She's a lot younger than me, but she's cool. Like, she was like, as long as you don't hate me as a person. I had to literally tell this girl like 400 times. I don't hate you. Like, I just made fun of you. I was like, did you misunderstand me? Like, I do a funny YouTube thing once a week. Like, you're just so easy to make fun of. I made fun of you on YouTube. Is not I hate you as a person. Like, she's beautiful in real life, and find her boyfriend. Do you know she's been with her boyfriend for like 3.5 years?
Yeah, I think I was on his Twitter or something. I think I've seen his picture.
Everybody go find Rochelle's Instagram, and then through her Instagram she tags her boyfriend, and then go on his Instagram and you can see all their pictures together. Like, I mean, we all knew John had Janelle. It was just Janelle. I had no idea that Rochelle had some like significantly long-term boyfriend that she like loved.
Yeah, she never talked about him really.
I thought she was the game.
Yeah. I don't know.
I can't think of anything else. As far as my cast, like Emmett and Jillian, okay, the only person who did not talk to me all weekend was Emmett, and like I'm over it. Hashtag over it. Like, I figured this was going to be a chance for everyone to like clear the air and just get over it. Get the fuck over it, Emmett. And like, literally, when I first saw him, you know when you see someone you know and you go, oh, like, that was my reaction. I was like, oh, like, hey, you, I said with my face. Nothing. He won't even look me in the face, never mind say hello to me. And halfway through the trip, I was waiting for the elevator, and I hear somebody come around the corner. Of all people, Emmett comes around the corner, won't even look me in the face. No, it wasn't like, hey, Liz, like, nothing. And all I can think, I'm going to get in a lot of trouble for this, but are you ready? So Emmett says, he claims that he didn't even care, he was over it, except for when his mom and I got in a, everybody should be retweeting this shit, because I'm never fucking talking about Emmett again. Emmett claims that he was fine with me before, but he just cannot forgive me for talking to his mother on Twitter. First of all, you were not over it before. Emmett was shitty to me when I was in the game. He was shitty to me every day when I was out of the game. And then when he got evicted, he continued to be shitty to me. Like, literally his first day evicted, he sat and told Tom not to talk to me when Tom and I had been in a relationship for a month. So Emmett has always been shitty to me. He's never been over it. Then your mother, your grown-ass mother, who should not even have a Twitter account, tweets some nasty shit at me. Your grown-ass mother comes at me on Twitter, and I'm not supposed to defend myself? That's the thing. I did not find Mrs. Blois. I'm not a bully. I'm not going to go seek out somebody on Twitter and say nasty things about them. But if your mother, who doesn't know me and should not have a Twitter, is going to come at me on Twitter, I'm going to defend myself. So all I did on Twitter is defend myself.
He reached out to you first, right? On Twitter.
Her?
Yeah.
Hundo. Yeah. All I did was defend myself, and in the midst of defending myself, I said something to the effect of, like, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Like, I experienced her son being terrible in the game. I concluded he was a terrible person, and now his mother was being terrible to me. Like, so I was like, whatever. I basically said, like, why don't you raise your son better? Like, is this, you're teaching your son this is okay? A grown woman to come at a young girl in her 20s? Like, it's not okay. So anyways, Emmett has not forgiven me for that since, and I would apologize if I thought I did anything wrong. But this weekend, Mrs. Blois, the Bloises, this weekend all I could think is, wow. Even Gary, him and I don't get along very well. And Gary came up to me and said, Liza, when we get back to Toronto, I think we should do lunch. And I was like, okay.
And it was authentic.
Oh, yeah. He was like, I think we need to talk. And I'm like, oh.
Does Jillian hold anything against you because of your relationship with Emmett?
This is where I'm getting. So no one gives a shit about us. We're old news. We're season 1. It's all about the new cast. Everyone get over your shit already. If Gary could come up to me and say, hey, girl, I think you and I need to have a talk. I'm like, okay, no problem. Call me. Jillian is so lovely. I thought Jillian was lovely in the house. I thought that girl was my alliance. Yeah, I wanted her to win the fucking game. I have stood till this day like, I love Jillian. Jillian comes into my room with, like, me, Kat, Anil, Topaz. Jillian just comes in, sits on the bed with me. We have a picture together. Like, for all of you that want to, like, die,
yeah,
look at my Instagram and my Twitter. Like, lovely, beautiful Jillian.
Yeah.
Took a picture with me, and, like, we're fine. We're fine. Yeah. So, here, to full circle, the only person that was not fine with me, who's not over his shit, who can't be a mature adult and let it go, Emmett ignoring me, Emmett not looking me in the face or saying one word to me, even when I was trying, I think that is offensive, I think it's disrespectful, and I think it's immature. And I'm sorry, this is going to dig my grave, but all I can think all weekend is your mama didn't raise you right. So if you're mad at me, Emmett, for defending myself when your mother came at me on Twitter, I don't think she raised a nice set of boys. I think she raised a guy who can't get over his shit, who holds grudges, and who doesn't know how to apologize. And I think you're immature, and I think you're disrespectful, and I think you're hurtful, and I think you learned that from your mama.
Boom.
And
I will say, Jillian looked amazing at the sideshow. On a lighter note.
Oh, beautiful. Jillian walked in. I don't know if you guys got to get a good look at her at finale. Finale night, she was stunning. Like, I'm sitting beside Tom, and, like, I'm like, Tom, pick your drop off the floor. Like, Jill walks in, and, like, that headband thing, with the little shorts she wears and like the blouse.
Yeah.
Her. Jillian's such a beautiful person inside and out. Like I don't get it. Are we done?
All right. Yeah. No more. I think we covered everything.
If you guys have like other questions that we didn't cover, try to private message me on Facebook, Liza Stinton Big Brother Canada, because I just can save them. Sometimes your tweets get sort of lost in the shuffle, so I can't answer all your questions. I try my best. A big question was who hooked up with who. The truth is, nobody. Honestly, I'm not even hiding shit. Like, think about it. Like, I don't know, Sarah, married. Fucking Kenny, gay. Paul, married.
It just wasn't working out.
Like, a Nick, long-term boyfriend that she lives with. Rochelle, 3.5-year boyfriend. Heather, boyfriend. Like, everyone who thought it was going to be like a sex fest is incorrect, because... And I did not get to make out with Kenny. Let's wrap this on saying that I'm really disappointed that my future ex-husband and I...
Aww. But you got a great picture.
Oh, I spent the whole time with him. Kenny's lovely. Kenny's really lovely to spend time with. Like, he's a good person.
Did you touch his beard? Actually,
I don't think I touched... I hung out with him a lot. And I don't think I know. Maybe there's like a magical power in there. He's still beautiful, though. Like, I still sat with Kenny sometimes, and I was like, I'm not going to molest you, but I could. Like, I was like, if you were sleeping, maybe I would sit on your face. His face is so beautiful, and he has a great body, too, but...
What was his response?
Oh, he eased into me all weekend. We were sitting literally beside each other on the bus to Niagara. And I don't want him to think that I'm going to rape him, but I might.
It might happen next time.
So, yeah, I didn't know how to ease the tension between, like, don't worry, I'm not obsessed with you.
Okay. So basically you guys are a thing.
Yeah, obviously, start that. Liza and Kenny totally did it all weekend in Niagara.
Yeah, it happened.
Oh my God, our viewers just went up.
I know, right? And ever since you started talking about Sabrina and all that, they just...
Yeah, don't start that. Kenny and I didn't even make out. He's pretty gay, guys. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Like, I feel jealous of all of the beautiful gay men that get to make out with him. Some days I wish I were a boy. This is getting weird. No, Kenny's so beautiful, and if he was straight, I would attack him, but I'm too old to be turning shit. I'll leave that to some young, cute girl.
Or you can just be a cougar, you know.
Right. Thank you for whoever just said my house is gorgeous. You can't even see it.
I love the view.
Thank you guys so much for like sticking with shit this year. I have stuff in store for you. I will be posting some stuff over the next couple of weeks, so try to keep the Big Brother 2 alive. I will not be interviewing any of the house guests because I am not allowed because Ika got it taken away. But who gives a shit? Go watch them on the Shield show or one of the other bajillion merch shows that they're going to do, and they're going to say everything over and over. I'd probably go watch all my Liza's dishes, the real one, and then tweet them out to your friends and subscribe to this channel. And maybe I'm going to do this for BB US 16. Yeah. And maybe I have a totally other plan in store for you guys. So thank you for your loyalty, and thank you for supporting Big Brother 2. I'm going to ask one thing as I go. Please do not hate on the Big Brother Canada 2 house guests. Whether they were favorite or not, please don't take the time out of your day to offend or put down strangers that you don't know. It's really hurtful. Nobody wants to hear that they're stupid or ugly or an asshole. Please pick the person or the people you love the most and just give them love. Pick your favorites from the show, whether it's a Nick or Andrew or Sabrina or Kenny or John. Pick the people you love the most and just pump them with love every day. Please don't waste your time being a hater. Yeah. Because it just sucks for everybody. Hate me. Come at me. Come at me, bro. Come at me. Fucking asshole and hate them. Come at somebody. These people are fragile.
Yeah.
They've just come out of a really wild ride. They don't need your bullshit. So
No.
save it for your
You
cat.
probably will be blocked anyways, so.
Yes, you'll be blacked. Anyways, thanks, guys.
Bye.